Hey, it's been a month of Sunday, as one of my friends would say, since I have been on this channel, just because I've been living life, you know what I'm saying? I've been healing, I've been growing, prospering, thriving, and it wasn't always like this. So I've decided I'm going to use this YouTube channel to document the journey. Since my last video, I now have another channel. I monetize on YouTube, making money from YouTube, which is crazy. And if you know anything about me, I'm a chatterbox. And people always used to tell me, I talk too much, yada, yada, yada. But now YouTube pays me to talk. So I'm thinking if I can do that there, I can probably do that one on this channel too. But yeah, I wanted to start this channel off by talking about, you have to have a standard of excellence for yourself. Unfortunately, life really doesn't care if you care about the quality of your life. If you decide that you're going to be mediocre, life will allow you to do that flat out. If you decide that you're going to be someone who just is jealous of other people and never goes after their own success, life will also allow you to do that. If you're someone who decides that you want to have more, you want to be successful, you want to grow, you want to do different things, then life will allow you to do that, but you got to put in the work. And that's why you have to have a standard of excellence in everything that you do, because life will test you again and again and again and again. Because it's easy to say what you want to do. It's easy to say, "Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to have a business. I want to get a master's or a PhD or whatever you want to do in your life." It's easy to say that you want to do that. That's why they say, many are called, but only few arrive, or something like that. Because many people know the life that they want, but not many people are wanting to put in the work to do the things that are required to achieve the life that you want. You're going to have to do some sacrifices. You're going to have to set some boundaries. And one of the boundaries is expecting excellence from yourself. You have to show up in everything, because when life gets challenging, like it does, life is going to throw you lemons, okay? Life is going to try to knock you out on occasion, like flat out. You have to be able to push back, period. You have to be able, you have to be hungry enough that when life does what life does, you are already used to being excellent so that you're okay. You're not going to be rattled. You're not going to be thrown all the way off because life does what it does. This life is not fair. This life will throw you curveballs left and right. You'll hit rock bottom. But the difference is when you practice excellence and you study other people's life, you study other successful people, you'll know that you've been training for this moment. This moment that's hard is not created to bring you down. It's created to reveal the truth. And you got to be willing to get it every day. Get up and get it. Get up and be excellent. As soon as you wake up, as soon as your eyes open up, excellence starts. So how I start my day off excellently every day is I start by reading. Well, no, first I start by journaling, because I'm taking this class from Rabbi Daniel Lampin. He's the one who wrote the book Thou Shalt Prosper. He also has a course. He has a number of courses, but the one I'm in right now is the 10 Commandments of wealth building, something like that. And he highlighted that everybody that we learned from who was successful, they all have journals. So he recommends that you start journaling and you start with gratitude every morning. So every morning I write 3 things down that I'm grateful for. And it's much easier than you would think, because I'd be repeating stuff, because sometimes I'd be grateful for the same thing multiple times. And then after that, then I do reading. And so I actually brought my book with me today so I can sit down and read. Right now, I'm reading The Millionaire Woman Next Door, because I really liked The Millionaire Next Door, so I figured I would like The Millionaire Woman Next Door. And since I'm trying to be a millionaire woman next door, I feel like I can learn from them. So that's part of it. Excellence. Starting your day off with gratitude. Starting your day off from a space of of just holding yourself to a high standard. You know, waking up when you say you're going to, doing what you say you're going to do, and not allowing yourself to fall down. You know, you got to have boundaries with yourself. When you say you're going to do something, you keep your word to yourself. That's like in this book, the Story of Babylon by George S. Clement, I think, talking about how you got to keep your word to yourself. You have to. If you say you're going to do something, do it. I gotta take this jacket off. It's hot out here. I'm going to go back to the car in a minute. Take this thing. I'm sweating, child. But I say that to say you got to have a high standard for yourself. You got to have high expectations for yourself. You can't allow yourself to just be a part of life. You got to live if you want more, because life is going to test you. Life is going to say, oh, you want this thing? Let's see how bad you really want it. Bam, curveball. Bam, curveball. And if you do enough studying of other people's lives, you'll recognize that as the moment that can change everything. I was in a very dark stage in my life a few years ago, but now I'm in the best stage of my life. I'm the healthiest I've ever been, mentally, physically. I look darn good. My hair is long. Skin is clear. I don't even have on no makeup right now. Like, not even, I don't even have my eyebrows waxed or threaded. It's been a minute. They're doing a lot of construction here, which is pretty interesting. I don't even have my eyebrows done. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's because I've decided to really take control of my life. And what I recognized is, like, when the dark time came for me, I realized that that was the time that I was going to be able to have this as my origin story. Because I've done a lot of studying. Whether it's through mythology or real people, you'll see in everybody's story who's ever done anything that they've had a very large fall from grace. But it's that moment that changed everything. And if you're used to holding yourself to a high standard, when those things happen, like they always do, you'll see it as, okay, this is the moment I've been waiting for. I've been training my whole life for this moment. And now I get to show up. Am I really who I said I am? Are you really that person? Are you really ready for that level of responsibility? And so when challenges happen, you get to show up and prove, not only am I who I think I am, I'm better because I survived that. I grew from that. And again, you either have excuses or you have reasons. You either have excuses of why you didn't succeed or why you didn't win, or you have reasons why you have to win, reason why you have to get it. Let me take this jacket off. I'll be back. Maybe a little bit later. See you. All right, I also went to get my book too. But in closing, you have to hold yourself to a high standard. Set a bar of excellence for yourself in every single thing that you do. So that way, when those things do happen, when life's like we all know it does, you'll be prepared. And if you study enough about other successful people who have done anything in their life, you'll see that their life actually started when the bad thing happened. The origin story was the reason why they were able to succeed. The origin story of what would have broken someone else is the reason why they got to get it. So that's why I say you got to have a standard of success and excellence for yourself, because inevitably there will be times when you want to give up. Inevitably there will be times when you feel like, dang, why am I being tested like this? What is happening? But if you remember, you've prepared your whole life for this moment, you'll show up and you'll realize that this chaos, this chasm is actually where you can be the most creative. You know, I gotta look behind me because I'm walking. This thing that could have been the end of you is going to be the reason why you win. So you either have excuses of why you can't do it, or you decide that it's going to be the reason why you must. And that's what I've done. You know, I turned the darkest time in my life into the brightest time that I'm still living now. All because I study other successful people, I read, I take classes, I'm a continuous learner, I'm positive, I have courage, and I'm bold. That's another thing you gotta be. You gotta be bold, you gotta be courageous, You got to be willing to ask. Put yourself out there. The worst thing they can say is no. And the best thing they can say is yes. The best thing they can say is, wow, that's such a great idea. Let's do it. The worst thing they could say is, get your bald-headed self up out of here. You don't even know what you're doing. But you know what? So what? I'm still a rock star. You know, I got my rock move. Whatever that song was. But yeah, so this channel is going to be all about encouraging and just, you know, documenting, I guess, maybe my journey. But I do that on my other channel anyway. So I don't really know what this is going to be. But I just want to encourage you to do what you can, thrive, and seek to be the best you can be. Because at the end of the day, if you want to be something, you have to figure it out. Nobody's going to force you to be successful. In fact, this world will help you be mediocre if you let it. This world will help you be a loser. But if you go out and get it, you'll get into a place of what they call alignment. And things that you just do naturally, you're not even purposely doing stuff. You'll end up in good spaces. You'll end up walking by someone. You'll end up going to a meeting, which like what happened to me the other day. I think that was Thursday. I went to this meeting for entrepreneurs. I just happened to bring a book with me because I have books now. And somebody bought it. Like they bought it right off me. And I just brought the book to show people, hey, look, this is one of my offerings, like a conversation piece. And somebody actually bought the book off me. And then sent me a picture of them, the person they bought it for, using it. So I wasn't expecting that, but it happened. You know, I joined a workout group, and the person I was with had a connection for something else. And again, once you are just focused and living the way you're supposed to, you'll just be in alignment. You won't even have to purposefully do anything, you know? Hello, good morning. Things will just happen for you because you're just walking in your purpose. And so the universe will line up so that you meet the right people. The right people meet you. They're interested in what you're doing. And before you know it, you done met so many people that you can work with. And you're like, how did this happen? It's because you just didn't give up, and you hold yourself to a high standard of excellence, so then excellent things happen to you. When you prove to yourself and to the universe that you're not playing around, that you mean business, business starts working for you. So yeah, all that to say, hold yourself to a high standard of excellence, and that starts by starting off the day right. So again, I start my day off right by journaling and by reading. And then I've also noticed that when I start the day off by reading, it allows my mind to wake up gently rather than just going straight to my device. Sometimes I still do that a little bit, but rather than just getting straight to work or, you know, going straight to my device, I read. And then I might use some social media, you know what I'm saying? Then I work out. So today I decided to come to a park. I walked, like, we're supposed to walk 3 miles yesterday, but we ended up doing like 2.6. So today, my goal is to do 3 miles. Then I'm gonna sit, read my book, and enjoy nature. You know what I'm saying? Because I went to a conference a few days ago, and all the entrepreneurs of multi-million, some billion-dollar businesses, they were so personable and nice, but they all said that they work out every day, you know, because you got to have a clear mind. A clear mind creates creativity, and creativity creates options. Creativity creates, you know, what you need so that when the chaos does happen, when you do start to feel stressed, when those moments do happen, it's inevitable, you can show up. Because again, when you practice excellence, when things happen, all you do is go back to what you've been doing. And if you're always performing at a bar of excellence, it's not hard to to activate that in yourself when you need to. When you only do what you're supposed to do because your back is against the wall, you don't have any other choice. I mean, you might still get it, you might still survive it, you might still overcome it. But if you're used to already practicing excellence, if you're used to already, going out and getting it and doing what you can to the best of your ability, when you are up against the wall, you can just go back to what you already used to doing. And more importantly, you recognize it for what it is. It's the time for you to prove that you really are that way. It's your time to prove that you really are worthy. Study John D. Rockefeller, study Henry Ford, Florence Scovel Shinn, Reverend Ike, Brett Schulman and Mary Schulman, I think, the creator of Kava. I met him recently at the event. He was such a pleasant guy, and so was his wife Mary, who started her own business. They were talking about things that they experienced. And, everybody who's ever done anything. Look at E.T., the hip hop preacher. Anybody who's ever done anything in life has had to hold themselves to a standard of excellence, period. Because first of all, that's the only way to become anything special in this life. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, when life passes you lemons, if you're not used to being excellent, you might fail. And you might see that as that's the end. But if you've done enough studying of other people's lives that came before you, you'll know that as soon as that moment happens, when the darkness appears, you'll know for a fact, okay, this is my time to shine. This is what I've been waiting for. So I just encourage you to do that. If you need a good book, either one of these is good. Whether you read The Millionaire Woman Next Door or you read The Millionaire Next Door. They're both really fantastic books. I just started this one yesterday, actually. I'm reading, 3 books right now, but y'all need to know all the things I'm reading. Just know this one's a good one. And yeah, I'll just keep documenting because I'm in my peak right now. I've never been happier, never been more excellent, never had so much success. Like I told you, you can even look, I've been on this YouTube channel forever. And I got monetized on another channel. It's crazy. It's crazy. I have, 2 successful businesses now, which is crazy. I read more, I work out, I'm thriving, I'm networking, okay? I went from, because I took a break from friends. So I went from not really, having too many friends to now I have networks of friends and networks of mentors. I invited one mentor out to go get tea and coffee on me, of course. And he was like, well, actually, I'm golfing and I'm about to go on a vacation. So can you meet me at the country club? And I was like, sure, let's do it. Because I didn't even know there was another country club in this area, to be honest with you. So just thankful, I'm excited. And again, it's because I've chosen to be bold this year. When you're at the lowest point, that's when you decide, am I gonna be excellent or am I gonna be a quitter? And for me, I've always felt like the reason when all these kids are hilarious, I've always felt like when negative things happen, again, you can either use it as an excuse of why you're not successful, or it can be the reason why you gotta be. And I thankfully have always been the latter. Anything that's ever happened to me is the reason why I gotta get it. So yeah, I just encourage you to keep thriving. And this is gonna be I don't know what the heck, maybe my motivational channel. Oh my gosh, it's a black squirrel. How rare, how cool is that? A freaking black squirrel. That's insane. Hey, I speak, but God speaks louder. All right, I'll see you guys whenever I come back. I'll be on here more regularly because I'm going to be taking more walks, going to different parks, just walking, getting some nature, And, I've been around a lot of the elderly, and like they say, move it or lose it, literally. So I'm moving it because I really ain't trying to lose it. See y'all next time. Like this video, comment, share, subscribe, and hype it up. And yeah, let's do it together.